Hi, my name is Paul Grogan and welcome to the Gaming Rules video log for sort of the last 4 weeks. I keep saying, and this is the 4th month in a row that I keep saying these are late. And it's been pretty much the norm now that I'm filming these around the middle of the month, whereas the original plan was to film them at the start of the month. So although this is the video log for September, it's actually everything covered from the 16th of September right through to present day pretty much. Thank you very much to all of my Patreon supporters for making these video logs possible. If you are watching this and you like the content that I make, then a lot of the content that I make is only possible through the support of my Patreon campaign. So yeah, if you're interested in supporting me and helping keep the channel going, check out patreon.com/gamingrules. Right then, moving on. The first thing I'm going to talk about is all of the games that I've played since the last video log. There is a caveat here because as I've looked through this list, although I think I've played a lot of games in the last 4 weeks, actually I haven't. And a lot of the games that I've played are because I am working on the project or I'm involved in it somehow. So, you know, advance warning, there's a lot of games here that I've played that I'm not going to be able to talk about in that much detail. And the first one is, and this feels like a lot longer than 4 weeks ago because I've been working, I think, the last 21 days without a break. I'm a bit tired. Anyway, right, Chocolate Factory. I was doing a rules video on Chocolate Factory. That rules video is already done and it's on the channel now. But before filming the rules video, I had to play the game in order to relearn how to play. I say relearn how to play. I was involved a little bit with the latter stages of the rule book. So I sort of had an idea, but I needed to play the game to basically remind myself how to play. So I played that on the Wednesday night at the Columpton Games Group. And because I'm professionally involved in the project, I can't really give my opinion on the game itself, but I was happy that I played it because after that I felt comfortable in then going away writing the script and filming the video and that was all done. So yeah, that video is on my channel now. That's Chocolate Factory from Malacat Games, which is being delivered to backers pretty much about the time of this video. I believe backers in the UK got theirs yesterday and Europe are getting it next week, I think. The next game I played that evening was actually Flick Fleet, which again, I was doing a video for. So I needed to play it and I had a number of rules queries after the game, which I then went to the designer and spoke to him about, and he clarified a couple of things, which is what I needed in order to be able to do the video. We then did a video, me and Paul played the game and we filmed the video. Now this wasn't one that went out live, this was a filmed and edited video. However, there was a couple of rules mistakes that I got wrong in that video. And although Jackson said, oh, yeah, no, it's fine, just put some things on screen, I didn't feel comfortable in releasing a video that had rules mistakes in, annotations or not. So what I did is I arranged for Rick to come round the week after and we basically refilmed it. So there's another video, and then that's the one that went out. And that video is online now. And in fact, the Kickstarter that video was done for, that's online now. So Flick Fleet, it's a dexterity tactical combat game. There is a video on my channel. It's a very quick game, takes about 15 minutes to play. And again, because I'm professionally involved in the project, I can't really say that much. What I will say is I was expecting a silly little fun dexterity game. And it's actually quite tactical. There's actually things in it which are really, important decision points. Sure, you flick a dice across the table and you're trying to hit the other ship. There is that. But there's a lot more to it than just some silly flicky game. So there we go. That's facts. I'm not giving my opinion, I'm just saying they're the facts. Right, the next thing is Sierra West that I'm not professionally involved in, so I can talk about it. Yay! My Patreon supporters voted on Sierra West to be one of the games that I would review last month in September. And I didn't get round to reviewing it in September, but I did get around to reviewing it at the start of this month. So that video is on my channel now. The reason why I delayed it is Sierra West comes with 4 different modules. And I wanted to play all 4 modules before doing a review of it. Now that means playing the game 4 times, which might not seem a lot. But when you are in the position I'm in and a lot of other reviewers, you generally don't have time to play the same game repeatedly. However, I quite like the game. I'm not going to give you a full review now because I've done a review video. So if you want to find out the full extent of what I think about Sierra West, both the good and the bad, because there were some bad, then go and check that out. I also did a solo playthrough of it as well because I wanted to see how the solo game worked because that's included in the game. And I wanted to do that in order to be able to, give you a full opinion of the game. Right, what was next? I then went off to the Tabletop Gaming Live convention, exposition, exhibit, whatever it's called. Anyway, Tabletop Gaming Live is a relatively new convention. It's in London. It's held at Alexandra Palace, which is an amazing venue. It's a really old, gorgeous building, really high roofs. Fantastic venue. I went last year, and the convention was interesting because there was room for like 10,000 people, and there was only like 2,500 there. Last year, I can see why a number of people felt it was a bit disappointing because you like the buzz, you like the atmosphere, and I certainly know that a number of exhibitors had a really bad time there because they were just there and it was so quiet, nobody came by their booths. On the flip side, there were some exhibitors there that were absolutely packed the whole weekend and had a really good time, and they came back this year. I was there working for CGE, and last year we were really quiet. And I said to CGE, look, I don't want to just, give up on them. They've obviously had one attempt at it. It didn't go that well. There's a lot of things they could do to make it better next time. And let's go back and let's give them another shot and let's do it again. So I was working in the Asmodee demo area and I was demoing Letterjam and Sanctum, and I was pretty much busy non-stop for the whole of the 2 days. So from my point of view, I like being busy. That was good. It was still quiet. I don't really know whether it was busier than last year or quieter than last year. But it is what it is, and who knows whether there's going to be another one. I've heard that it's a 3-year deal, so there is going to be another one. It's all down to the exhibitors, really, to see if they go back and to see if they can draw the crowds in. As I say, the venue could have easily taken a lot more people. It was a very quiet convention, but if that's what you like, then go along. Games that I played there's only one game that I played there because it's a working event for me. I don't get to play much at all during the day. And on the Saturday night, we went out for we went for a gaming rules meetup, and I had one of the best nights out that I've had. So thank you very much to everybody who came on that night out. It's hard for me to share my personal feelings and thoughts without coming across like an idiot. All I will say is that I was very happy with the way that night went. And yeah, anyway, right, moving on. So there's a game that I brought with me, which was Trismegistus, the new game that's coming out from Board and Dice. They sent me an advance copy of it. Graham wanted to play it, so I brought it with me to lend to Graham for him to play. And what happened is I wanted to play it as well. I was keen on it. So on the Friday night, me and Phil basically got the game out, tried to learn how to play from the rulebook, and we played one round and then gave up and went to bed. And the reason we gave up and went to bed is it was like 11:30. I was exhausted. I just travelled there on the train, and yeah, I was very tired. So we just played one round to get a bit of a teaser of how it works. And then after the meal on the Saturday night, 4 of us sat down and we played a full game of it. Now, I enjoyed the game, but the rulebook's a mess, and the graphic design looks like it was rushed. And it contains lots of things that are just really counterintuitive. There's errors in the graphic design. There's a black bit which actually should have been yellow, or the yellow should have been black. And the 4 colours refer to these tracks, but there's no colours on the tracks. And there's wording in the rulebook that just makes it confusing. I think the game's good. So if you want a very, very quick review, I think the game's good, but it's been let down by not a great rulebook and really, really awful graphic design that I'm sure once you've played it a couple of times, it'll be okay. And I do want to play the game again. The problem is there's hundreds and hundreds of games coming out these days, and games need to be accessible and easy to learn. Having barriers put in the way, which makes the game harder to learn and harder to play initially, a lot of people don't have time for that. So unfortunately, yeah, that's a problem with the game, but I think the game is solid, and I do want to play it again. It's quite interesting. Right, next up. Marvel Champions. I came back. I've got it set up here. So I'm doing a live stream of this in about 30 minutes time. I don't even know if I'm going to get this vlog done in time. Anyway, Marvel Champions. I came back from Tabletop Gaming Live with an ex-demo copy of the game, and I've been playing it a lot. According to BGG, I've got 5 logged plays of this game. It's probably 7, to be honest. Most of my games have been solo, and I am right in the middle of a set of live streams where I am going through all of the 5 champions of this game. 3 of them are online now. In half an hour, I am doing the next one. So by the time this video is edited and goes out, I will have done that. That will be the 4th one. And then I'm doing the 5th one Thursday of this week. I've played it multiplayer once. I have played a couple of other little solo games. The multiplayer game was fantastic. I loved it. I mean, I'm enjoying it solo, but the multiplayer game took it to another level. The game is now, the game is going to be released on November 1st. They've announced that. And on November 1st, I'm having a games day here, and we're going to be doing a multiplayer stream of it, probably about 5 o'clock in the evening, I think. So yeah, Marvel Champions. If you want my very quick review of the game, it is absolutely fantastic. I love it. Absolutely love it. I like cooperative card games. I like card games. I like Marvel. I like games like the ARKHAM Horror card game. And it's not really like that at all, apart from it's cooperative and it's by Fantasy Flight Games and it'll be a living card game. But it captures the feel of Marvel completely, and I'm just loving playing it and can't get enough about it. Can't get enough of it. Right, moving on. ARKHAM Horror. Our campaign is now finished. We did the Night of the Zealot campaign. We did all 3 games. All 3 of them went out. They were live streamed. So if you want to go and watch us play through the Night of the Zealot campaign, those 3 videos are now live on the channel. Oh my God, do I love that game. I love that game so much. Yeah, I've talked about it so many times before, so I'm not going to go on about it now. If you want to see us playing through the game, you can. And if you want a review of the game, I don't know whether I'm ever going to get around to doing one for this game. It's probably in my top 5 games of all time. I absolutely love this game. Now, we did decide after we finished Night of the Zealot, we're going to play Carcosa next. So the next campaign we're going to be doing is Carcosa. It's 8 episodes. So that's going to be 8 live streams. We'll probably be doing one every couple of weeks, and we're going to start sometime in November. So we'll see how we get on. We might do more during the holiday period at the end of the year if everybody's available, and we might be able to wrap it up by the end of the year. But that's the next thing for the channel regards to ARKHAM Horror, is a whole series of videos where we live stream us playing through Carcosa. Next up is RAGUSA, which is another game that my Patreon supporters voted on as one of the games that I would review this month. I'd already played it solo, and the video for that is online. I did a Paul learns the game from the rulebook and then plays the solo game of it. So I did that. I then played it 5-player, because the game takes 1 to 5. And I'm like, I've got to do a review now, but I haven't played it at anything other than 1 and 5. Now, ideally, I would have played it at all player counts before doing the review. But again, there wasn't the time for that. But I did manage to get in a 4-player game of it at the Columpton group. And I thought, right, I've now got enough information that I can do a review video of it. And again, that review video is on my channel right now. So if you want to hear me, basically hear me talking about the game and giving you my review. Again, short summary, it's a positive review, but there were a couple of things of the game that you need to be aware of. A little graphic design problem that caused some issues. And there's some of the things about the game that you probably want to listen to the review if you're thinking of getting the game. That same evening, after playing RAGUSA, we played Roll for Adventure, which is another game that I love. This is Matthew Dunstan, Brett Gilbert, Cosmos Games. It's a 1 to 4 player dice chucking fantasy cooperative game that I really enjoy. I want to do a video for this game. I want to do a playthrough video of it, and I'm probably going to do one in November. I'm in discussion with Cosmos Games about doing some potential work for them, but I'm probably going to do this one anyway, because I just think the game's great. I really like it. Then, Cloudspire. Where to start with Cloudspire? Wow. I really don't know where to start. How many games have I played? I've recorded 3 on BGG. I've probably played 5, but I haven't actually played any of them. How's that for confusing? So this game is massive. I mean, it's epic. It's a huge box. There's so much stuff in there. There's so much gameplay. It's a game that can be played solo, and the solo book is like this thick. It's a game that can be played cooperatively, competitively, team game. Oh, wow. Now, I didn't know very much about this game, but I have a professional relationship with Chip Theory Games. I was talking to them about it. I am a big fan of games that look pretty and have great production quality and value when the gameplay holds up to it. So Chip Theory Games, they sent me a copy of the game beforehand in return for basically me doing some coverage of the game. And as I started looking at this game, I was like, oh wow, what have I got into here? This is a mammoth game experience. All I have done so far is I have just been scratching the surface with the solo game. I set it up, I started playing through it, I packed it away because I made some rules mistakes. I then set it up again. Again, the solo games normally come, it's a game of 4 waves. So I played wave 1 first, trying to get my head around the rules. Then I played wave 1 and wave 2, got a major rule wrong, packed it away. Then I played through wave 1 again, but it was too late at night, so I packed that away. Then I did a video. So I have done 2 videos on Cloud Spire. I did an unboxing video, if you like them. And then I actually did a solo playthrough video. Turn on the Klingon subtitles, because since doing the solo playthrough video, even though there were other people there in the chat helping with the rules, there was a couple of rules mistakes that were made during that game. So the Klingon subtitles will help you to learn how to play that game from the solo playthrough point of view. This game it just looks fantastic. It looks fantastic, but this is a game I want to get into. If I could take a week off work right now and just sit there and play Cloud Spire constantly with all of the different scenarios and the different permutations and solo and multiplayer, I would, because there is so much to discover with this game. Now, after dabbling with it, I spoke again to Chip Theory Games, and they are happy to sponsor a video for November. So at some point in November, I am going to be doing a tutorial and playthrough video. I've already got 2 people lined up. Andy and Alan have agreed to it. They're both keen. I know exactly what I want to do, but I want to get the rules right. And I am still learning this game, and I am asking questions about it. And once I am comfortable with it, I will be doing a tutorial and playthrough video, which will just be a very simple 2-player head-to-head game. But as I say, that's just scratching the surface of what this game is. Cloud Spire from Chip Theory Games. Wow. Next, I played Amul, but I did that on a live playthrough video, which was sponsored by Loud to Pellet. Thank you very much to Loud to Pellet for sponsoring that video. I've already spoken about Amul before. It is a 3 to 8 player game that takes about 45 minutes to play. I really liked it, and I felt it was a game which is going to go under the radar, that nobody's heard about, and is actually really good. And then Loud to Pellet wanted to sponsor me to basically do a tutorial and playthrough video. So I'd said it was good before. I probably shouldn't say that now, because they've now sponsored me to make a video. But that video is on my channel now. Please go and check that out if you want to see how that game plays out. I teach the game first, and then we play through it. There was only 4 of us, but as I said, the game does play up to 8. Next is Alibari, A Nice Cup of Tea, which is why I've got Monkey with me, because Monkey is the PG Tips mascot. And I actually had him up on the wall while I was filming the video, but it was out of camera shot, so nobody saw him. Sorry about that, Monkey. Monkey. Anyway, Alibari, A Nice Cup of Tea. It was a sponsored video, so again, I shouldn't give my opinion on it, except I prefer it to Snowdonia. I will say that. I've played Snowdonia, I like Snowdonia, but there's a couple of bits in Snowdonia that I wasn't particularly keen on, and those bits aren't in Alibari. Alibari does those bits a different way. So I'm not going to give you a review of Alibari because I did a sponsored video, but I'm going to tell you that I quite like Snowdonia apart from a couple of things, and those couple of things aren't in Alibari. There you go. That video is on the channel now. So thank you very much to Tony Boydell for obviously designing the game, and Studio H for sponsoring that video. That game is going to be released at Essen, limited quantities. If you want a copy of Alibari, A Nice Cup of Tea, get your running shoes on and go and get it quick at Essen. After Alibari, we went downstairs and we wanted a quick game for 4 of us, so I got out Honshu, which I've not played in ages, and I remember really liking. And I'd forgotten completely how to play. Thankfully, it's like 2 pages of rules. Honshu. Very much enjoy that game. And then afterwards, there was a discussion going on my Slack channel about it, and people said, oh yeah, I quite like Honshu, but Hokkaido is better. I was like, okay, I haven't got that. And Vodoran Gardens from Frank West is better. Now, I've got a copy of Vodoran Gardens. Sorry, Frank, I haven't actually got around to playing it yet, but I'm going to now because a couple of people have told me that it's a bit like Honshu, but better. So yeah, I'm definitely going to play that. And finally, on the games that I've played this month, if I'd got excited about Cloud Spire earlier on, Tainted Grail. Now, Tainted Grail. Again, what can I say about this that I'm allowed to say? Awaken Realms have agreed to basically pay me or commission me, pay me, to create the official how to play videos for this game. Martin from Awaken Realms contacted me a while back and really wanted me to do them, and I said, I'm sorry, I'd love to, but I can't fit this into the schedule when you want it done. And he said, oh, okay, I'll have to go and find somebody else, but I'd really like you to do it. And I was like, well, I really would like to do it, but I can't. And then he came back to me and he said, everybody else is busy, Paul. We'd like to go with you. We'll have it done whenever you can do it. And I was like, cool. Because I don't back that many games on Kickstarter. The last game that I actually properly backed, that I wanted to pay my own money for on Kickstarter, was Gloomhaven, which is 3 years ago now. And the reason why I don't back many of these games is, and I don't want anybody to feel jealous or start throwing things at the screen, but the work that I do in the industry, I get to work on a lot of games which I personally would like and personally play myself, okay? Therefore, because I'm working on those games, I generally get sent a copy of those games. So let's take the Anachrony expansion. The Anachrony expansion, I bought a copy of Anachrony, right? With my own money, I bought a copy of Anachrony. I've played the Anachrony expansion, and I would probably buy a copy of the Anachrony expansion. But I didn't back it on Kickstarter because I worked on the project, and they said, Paul, we'll get you a copy of the expansion because you worked on the project. So that's why I don't back many games on Kickstarter. Right. Tainted Grail is a game that I didn't only back, but I went for the all-in pledge. I went, yeah, give me that, give me that, give me that, because I had a quick look at it and went, this looks fantastic. This looks exactly like the kind of game that I'm going to love. So I backed it. And then they contacted me and wanted me to do a video for it, the how to play video. So yeah, as I said at the start, I don't really want to give my personal opinion on games that I'm professionally involved in, but this is a game that I was excited about and I was a backer of. And what's strange is that I've actually got the advanced copy because they've sent it to me to start doing videos on it. And then I got an email saying, oh, dear Paul, your copy of Tainted Grail will be with you at some point in whenever. And I was like, but I've already got, oh yeah, that's actually my one. Anyway, what I've done for Tainted Grail, I've done an unboxing. So if you want to see an unboxing video, that's live on the channel now. And I also did a tutorial video where I basically go through the tutorial of the game. The game comes with a 4-page quick start guide, which will teach you how to play the basics of the game step by step while you're going through it. I played through it myself on the Sunday morning with Vicky, and then I did the same later on in the day with a video. So again, go and check that out if you're interested in Tainted Grail. There will be more videos coming from Tainted Grail or for Tainted Grail later this year, possibly January. I really want to do a good job on the how to play video. I don't know how long it's going to take, and I need to fit it into the schedule. So it'll either be December or January for the how to play video, but there might be some live playthrough videos of me actually playing through the campaign. Spoilers in those. Anyway, that's it for all of the games that I've played in the last 4 weeks. So let's move on to the Patreon campaign. As I mentioned at the start, this video and a lot of the other content that I create is only made possible through my Patreon campaign. I do a lot of commissioned work, that's sure, but so much of the other content that I'm putting out right now is only possible through the Patreon. I've had 3 new executive producers in September. Yeah, so in September, 3 new executive producers. Thank you very much to Jason Buchanan, Nicole B. Jordan, and William Doven. Thank you very much for your support. And Caroline Smilek and Matt Jarman have upped their pledge so that you're now executive producers as well. Thank you very much for your increased support. 3 new producers, which is Andy Savage. Andy used to be a Patreon supporter, had to leave, promised that he'd come back, and has come back. So thank you very much, Andy. You're back with me now. Christina Crouch, thank you very much, Tina, for your support. And Steve Burrows, thank you very much for your support as well. Also, Justin Pizzala has upped his pledge from a lower level up, so you're now a producer as well. Thank you very much, Justin. And a couple of other people back in at a lower level this month, which is, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, David Verizon, if that's right, hopefully, cool. And also PS80 Jab, that's all I've got here. So whoever you are, thank you very much for your support. Now, the prize draw for last month was to win a copy of Oathsworn Into the Deepwood. And I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, but Oathsworn Into the Deepwood is on Kickstarter right now. It's made, I'm looking over there, I don't know why I'm looking over there. It's raised 1.5 million at the time of filming this video, I think. It's a big Kickstarter game, legacy style campaign, narrative driven, big miniatures, classic game that's going to do millions on Kickstarter, which I always knew it would. And last month's contest was to win the core pledge of that, which I think is worth $99. All you had to do to enter the contest is to be a patron supporter at producer level or higher. And I did the draw, and Mark Blanchard won the contest. So thank you very much, Mark, for all of your support over the time that you've been with me as a patron supporter. I contacted Mark, didn't hear back. Contacted him again, didn't hear back. And then I posted something random on Twitter about something completely different, and I got a reply, and I went, that name's familiar, Mark Blanchard. Oh, wait a minute, Mark, you're the one that run the contest. So I replied to his tweet and said, Mark, check your emails. Mark checked his emails and found all these messages from me that had gone into junk mail. So congratulations, Mark, you have won that. Moving on to the contest for this month, and I'm very excited to be able to bring you this. So one lucky patron supporter who is supporting me at the end of this month. So if you're not a supporter right now, but you support me within the next 2 weeks, you will be entered into the draw. We'll win a copy of the Madeira Collector's Edition, which has just finished on Kickstarter, right? The Kickstarter was amazing. He did a lot. I don't know what they were expecting. We on the Patreon Slack group, we all had a guess at how much it would make. Mine was way off. It did really well. Now, Madeira, for those of you that don't know, is one of my top 5 games. And that's 2 games today that I've spoken about that are in my top 5, and I stand by that. I think Madeira is an absolutely fantastic game, though I'm not allowed to really say that anymore because What's Your Gamer are a client and I'm working on the project. But before all of that, it was one of my favourite games. And it still is. And I was very happy to be involved in the project. I did the trailer video for the Kickstarter campaign, which if you haven't watched it, I think it's some of my best work. Go and watch that. It's just a 2-minute trailer at the top. I was very happy with that. And I also did a video on what's new in this expansion. Anyway, What's Your Game have kindly donated a copy of the Madeira Collector's Edition. Now, the Kickstarter finished, and there is not going to be an option to late pledge. They're not doing a late pledge. So if you didn't get in on the Kickstarter, I'm afraid you've missed out on it for now. I don't know if they've got plans for the future. I don't actually know. But they've done an extra copy. They've put it to one side. I say they've put it to one side. It doesn't exist yet. It's not been printed yet. And yeah, you could win it. So if you're a patron supporter by the end of this month, producer level or higher, you will get entered into the prize draw. Again, thank you very much to my patron supporters. This is me giving something back to you. Right, how are we doing for time? Okay, I've got 15 minutes before my live stream. Let's try and get this done. Plans for the future. No, content that I've made, content that I've done in the last 4 weeks. And I've mentioned a lot of this earlier on. So Chocolate Factory, how to play video, that's live on the channel now. If you've got Chocolate Factory coming, or you just want to see how the game plays, that video is live on my channel. I was really happy with it. I think I've done a good job on that, and I don't always say that, but I think I did with this one. I also did 3 videos on Oathsworn Into the Deepwood, the huge big Kickstarter game that I've mentioned earlier on. It's massive, it's epic. Go and check out the videos if you're interested in it. I did a 3-part video. The first part is basically a 5-minute overview of just the game in general. The next one is an 8-minute overview of how the story part of the game works. And then the third video is the 20-minute video on how the encounter part of the game works, which is a tactical combat system, which some people have compared to Kingdom Death Monster. Anyway, that's that. Those videos are up there now, and Oathsworn is on Kickstarter right now, if you're interested. I did an unboxing video for On Mars. There's the box. It has now been unboxed. I did a live Q&A, which I really enjoyed. So that's up on the channel if you want to hear me answering all sorts of questions. I did the 2 Arkham Horror videos, finishing off the campaign. I did the Amul live stream. I did the Alabari live stream. I did the Tainted Grail unboxing and live stream. Did the Flick Fleet tutorial and playthrough video. That's on the channel now. Yeah, so that's all the content that I've made this month. Looking forward. Right now I am working on the On Mars video. Well, not right now. I'm doing this, then I'm doing a Marvel live stream. For the rest of the week, I am doing the On Mars video. I won't get it done before Essen, but I will get it finished the week after Essen. Cross fingers, unless I get ill. So yeah, that is an On Mars, one of my how to play guides, not a playthrough, I've already done that, but a how to play guide. It's going to be a long video because it's a complex game. I'm also doing another Marvel video on Thursday of this week. So today is Black Panther, Thursday is She-Hulk. And then on Saturday, me, Matt Evans and Tom Heath, Creaking Shelves and Slicker Drips and Gaming Rules are getting together and we're doing another pre-Essen what we're looking forward to, but this time we're doing it live because I can do live stuff now, so why not? Also, it normally takes me a whole day to edit those podcasts together. I don't have a whole day. I've got the On Mars video to do and then I'm going to Essen on Monday, so we're doing that live on Saturday, probably starting at 4 o'clock in the in the afternoon, so check that out. I'll be sending links about that soon. What else am I doing? I'm going to Essen. Yeah. So Essen's going to be amazing because Essen always is amazing. I arrive on the Monday. I've effectively got Monday and Tuesday off work. Well, no, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I say off work. Monday I'll be travelling. And I've got a rule book to look at. I've got 2 rule books to look at while I'm travelling. Okay, so it's not time off. But Tuesday and Wednesday I'm having lots of meetings with publishers. So it's time off, as in I'm not doing any paid work. So it's 2 days not getting paid for anything. But I will be busy talking to publishers and helping people set up the booths and everything else. Thursday to Sunday will be work, pretty much. If you want to come and find me, I will be at the CGE booth in the mornings, but I will be demoing LetterJam non-stop. So I say you can come and see me, I'll be demoing, and it will be non-stop demos of LetterJam. I'm going to be finishing about 1 or 2 o'clock each day. I don't have any plans for some of the afternoon, so if you want to hang out, let me know. But for the last hour of each day, I will be at the Ludi Creations booth. And that is your point where you can come and see me, say hello, because I'm not doing demos. I'm just talking to people about the games for Ludi Creations. So that's where I'll be for the last hour of the day. If you are going to Essen, Thursday night, Gaming Rules Meetup, Fitzpatrick's. Contact me if you need any more details. But basically, it's a meetup. It's in the side room of Fitzpatrick's. I think they have space for about 100 people. Last year, I was worried that too many people would turn up. This year, please turn up. I already know a whole bunch of people that are going. I'm speaking to various publishers and designers. Hopefully they're going to be there as well. And if you can go along, Fitzpatrick's is a great bar. And it does really good food. We've got the room from 7 o'clock, which is as soon as the halls close. So whilst I won't be there dead on 7, there will be various other people there at 7. And then I'll join fairly soon. After Essen, I will be finishing the On Mars video, but then my plans for November is that I am going to be doing a whole load of live streaming of games. I have, thanks to the support of my Patreon campaign, and I know I keep mentioning it, but it is really important to me, I have taken a lot of time off in November from paid work. I have got a couple of projects to do in November, rulebook wise, which need to be done. Other than that, I am going to spend a lot of time in November live streaming new Essen games. Playthroughs, tutorial and playthroughs, solo playthroughs. I'm going to be doing a lot. If you thought I've been producing a lot of content in the last few weeks, that's nothing compared to what I'm going to be producing in November. Maracaibo, Sanctum, Cooper Island, Bus, Masters of Renaissance, Underwater Cities expansion, Mage Knight, Cloudspire is going to happen. Yeah, I'm doing the Mage Knight one. Thank you very much for WizKids for helping me make that happen. Yeah, there's a lot more that I'm working on. I'll be doing a multiplayer Marvel one on November 1st, as I mentioned. There's a whole load of other publishers that I am in contact with, Cosmos, Final Frontier, and a few others, about doing some other videos for November. So I'm going to be doing a lot. It's going to be a very busy month. Also, I've dabbled a bit with some computer games, and I'm going to be doing some coverage of them as well. And I'm trying to stick to the computer games, which are computer game versions of board games. So Heroes of Normandy, Conflict of Heroes, and the Dresden Files card game. I have the Steam versions of those on the PC, and at some point in November, when I've got half a day to myself, I will be doing some videos of me playing through those from a first look perspective, where I basically load the game up, play it through, but film myself doing it. Oh, and some more Lord of the Rings, the one from Asmodee Digital, which is really good. So, 7 minutes before my live stream, can I get this done? Yes, very quickly. Personal news. I've been doing a bit more painting of my Red Alert Fleet Warfare, Red Alert Space Fleet Warfare. I can't remember what the game's called. Anyway, the miniatures game from PSC that uses the command and colour system. And I just wanted to say that, yeah, I'm sort of dabbling around with painting here and there. I'm not doing as much as I'd like at the moment. But one thing that I have done recently is over the weekend, I took some time out, watched the Grand Prix. We watched Paddington, which was on telly, which was actually quite good, the film. And I basically made a storage box for my miniatures. So this is the packing foam that you get with games. Go at it with a Stanley knife blade, cut custom shaped holes in all of these. And people might be looking at this thinking, wait a minute, Paul, I thought you had no time to do stuff. My time, that was my only downtime for the whole weekend. I spent the whole weekend pretty much working, apart from the sort of 5 hours or so where I did that. I like to keep busy. I can't just watch TV, and that's what I made. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because I've got a live stream going on in 5 minutes' time. Massive thank you again to all of my Patreon supporters. Couldn't do this without you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully I've not missed anything. If I have, I'll be filming something else in the edit and adding it in afterwards. Support me by the end of the month and you'll get entered into the draw to win a copy of Madeira Collector's Edition. Until next time, take care and thanks for watching. Gaming Rules is proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppersLLC.com.